It's Wednesday, and you're probably thinking, why are we starting a video on Wednesday? What happened to Monday and Tuesday? So, unfortunately for me, I've been in the Aussie. Should I really be in work? Probably not. But obviously, when you're sort of your own business, you've got to work. I've got kidney stones, which is not very good. So, I've got kidney stones, which is extremely painful. So I've been in the hospital while I was in twice, then sent home, then back into, I was in Aintree, then back home, because they said there's not really they can do it this time. Well, they haven't got a urology clinic, so they were going to transfer me to the Royal. But, or I could go home and then see what happens. So I went home, then I took all my painkillers that I was allowed to take, which was a lot. So then I went up to Aintree, where then I was in overnight, and then basically they come to me yesterday and was like, because it's 5mm, which seems very small, but it's very large for a kidney stone. Well, which is not very large, which is on the larger side, and you've obviously got to pass that through. You know what? Which is not going to be very nice. But they were like, well, if you have an operation, which you're at a stage where you could have an operation, but mine's quite high, it can damage your kidneys. And then from there, so I'll keep getting interrupted because I've got to try and sort things out for David. It was at the stage of operating where if they operate, they can bypass it, but couldn't cause damage to my kidneys. So something that they didn't recommend and didn't want to really do. So they just give me loads of painkillers, blah blah, sent me on my way, and just hopefully I can pass it myself, and we'll see what happens basically. But anyway, work-wise, following on from last week's video, we were talking about I'm going to end it on an abrupt bang, and I'm not going to show you. And well, the reason I am showing you, so I'll show you today. So we were getting all the patterns down for this customer, because they're going to come and collect them. So at least £100,000 worth of patterns. Easy, absolutely easy. And I've got most of them down. Well, I've got most of them out. Well, all the big ones out. So are you ready? Are you steady? We've got loads here. We've got bordered patterns. This goes quite far back, I'm saying 3 metres back. All these pipes, a lot of them are core boxes. Well, pipes, core boxes, because obviously you've got to have a core for the pipe. Variety of different ones, big ones, little ones. Like some of these, I can't see that like something like this being on, because you probably just fabricate it, unless it's got to be cast iron for the lubrication side of the cast iron and the material. Unless the hole on the inside with the core or the bore has got to be a certain way. So I think the lads are going to have an absolute shock when they turn up. Look at the size of this beast when they come today. Look at the size of the cores. Everything is near enough with its partner. Like that's the core box for that one. We've got like split ones, valves, manifolds, more on boards. Let me tell you what though. See them on them boards, they are extremely heavy. And unfortunately for me, I'm not allowed to lift. Because obviously I've moved this fucking pain in the ass stone thing. Who'd think a stone so small it'd hit? Let me tell you. They say some of it say it's worse than pregnancy, believe it. Well, not pregnant, fucking labour. Whatever it's called. I need some painkillers now because it's hurting. So, why I'm saying at least £100,000 is I'm going to pick, well, David's going to pick some new patterns up now. And we've got like a little lid, 500 by 500. No, what is it? It's about, say 300. No, 300's 3 centimetres, isn't it? 200 by 100 milli. Square little lid, and that's going to cost me, this day and age, 350 quid. So, that's at least worth 3 grand. So, the way this one works, I'll be back in a minute. got to do the sat nav. That's one job done. Sat nav's done, ready for David. He is off to Bolton to go and pick up some patterns. Picking up the lid, as I was saying. I'm picking some hanger brackets, I think they're called. Yeah, so he's going to pick them up. Obviously we were on about the patterns. These ones on the boards, which I'm just walking back into now. Can't wait for the lads to come. I reckon they're at least copyright here at the radio, which I'm all finding out. So we were on about patterns on a board. So how much are we reckoning for the value for one of these patterns on a board, Paul? £5, Paul's saying, for one of them, and we've got one set. Is that for a set? Yeah. 1 set, 2 set, 3 set. 4, 5, 6, 7 sets on a board, which is £35 just in them ones alone. You've got, that's 3 pipes coming off an arm there, couple of grand. So there's at least £100,000 worth, and you might be thinking we're mad for giving all of these away, but we don't make them. The firm obviously still uses these type of engines and still works on them. They're working on engines that are dead old, and they're more likely to use them than us. And if they don't know what we've got, we can't make them. And I could sit there going through them all and then getting them all out to price them up when they want one. And to be honest, it's too much time, it's too much wasted time in the long run. So it's easier for us to pull them all out and we'll get rid of them. And that's what we're doing. But there is in fact more down the bottom end. This isn't them all. There's all the little ones, the intricate ones, the nice ones, the fancy ones. The ones that are probably more likely to come on. But at the same time, more likely to be fabricated. 1 minute, phone's go. I'd have missed it. Hopefully David's answered that because he's took the mobile in the van for the sat nav. Yeah, so just turn the light on. Paul is down the bottom now. And he's getting more out. So let's have a look. Are you matching them up with the core boxes or not? Yeah. So Paul's matching all of the patterns up with the core boxes. So let me tell you, these shopping trolleys do come in handy. And we are building them up. Loads of little ones, like little manifolds, little corner bends. Thing is, we'll just have to ask them, will these ever come on? If you think that you'd like, you look at that, and it looks quite simple, and it's branched off, but it's got a tapered end there. So would they make it? Fabricate it? We don't know. However, the majority of them ones up there, we've been clearing a lot. There's loads from down here. There's some over here. There's a load there, which are theirs. Well, they could use. There's another one there. There's some there. If you see it, there's Rushton diesels. Obviously, Rushton diesels aren't here. So most of them are Rushton diesel engine castings, patterns. That looks like one of our mates for the battleships. See, we got loads of straight ones as well, but realistically, I probably see them getting fabricated. But obviously, when he comes, the gate's open, ready. They are coming in a tranny van, and he thinks, oh, well, shall I bring a load of pallets? You're not going to pay out to pallet all of them up, are you? So we'll see what happens when he comes. Hopefully, he turns up. Otherwise, deadline's Friday, and then it's bonfire night. So hopefully we get them gone. I'm in pain, and that's our wish. But you can see how much space that's going to create for ourselves and on to the future, to the newer times. Onwards and upwards for barnets all over the place, as I'm feeling rough, but let's go. Oh yeah, so obviously with it being off, we've just had bits of shop blasting in. Bars, so pipes which I've done, which went out yesterday. And then a load more of these little fans, which there's 6 of. There's 3 there and 3 next door. Therefore, the underground, going underground. So, hopefully I might ask if I can film his reaction when he comes in, because I think he might sneak a little couple out, because I don't think he thinks there's that many. So if you stand here, look at that. Anyway, onwards and upwards. So the lads have been for the patterns. They've gone at the moment because the vans are full. So far we've filled a full transit van, 4 cages with small pallets on a flat back, which is full. And this is all we've done. We've done this section. So this section will all be another full tranny van, and that will fill all the tranny van with all the patterns. We've done most of the bottom section. This will be another cage full. So we've filled 4 big tins, which I didn't get any photos of. But we can see in the background now, the shelves are getting empty. Then they're all empty, they're empty, the down the back's empty, up the top's empty. Obviously we've still got patterns everywhere, but they're different jobs. This is all the same sort of job. They didn't expect them to be that much. Obviously there's a lot. They don't know if they're going to use it. They might not, they might do. But obviously they've got it, and then they can always use it. It's better them having it than us. And then obviously they'll try and send some work our way in the long term of it, which in the long term is good for ourselves. We might get blasting, we might not. But blasting wise, a phone call off one of the powder coaters, can we do this? Urgent. Dave has a go in their little blaster in their cabinet, and they haven't really done any damage. It's taken them too long, and they can't turn it round. You can see they can only blast a little bit, where I can sort of hit the whole thing at once with ours. So set of gates. Also got the barrels from Solo Cars for shot blasting. These have got to go green and white, but they're full of oil. So I'm going to have to message him, because I'm going to have to try and sort them all out. What we're going to have to do, I reckon, is cut the top out and then degrease them and clean them, because obviously they can't be powder coated and go in the oven looking like that. And obviously shot blasting's going to fill them up with all sorts of crap, so they're full of oil, and oil's horrible. So I'm going to have to sort that out, and then we'll obviously have to turn them the opposite direction and get them sorted. David's not back with the patterns yet, picked the patterns up, but also gone to look at another job while he's out. So obviously I can't go in the blaster. Steve's off as well, he's off this week, so no one's going in the blaster for that. So Dave will have to go in because he's done the blasting, and do them gates, which is a bit of a pain. But Paul obviously got all the patterns out, going through them all, which is great. There's a lot. Oh, easy 100,000, probably on the way up to 200, the way we're looking at it. Yeah, mad. But same time, it's good. Stepping forward, looking at a positive outcome, with more space for more stuff, and reorganisation is what we need. So onwards and upwards, and let's see. Hopefully they come back at 1, because it's 11 now. Come back at 1 in the van once they've unloaded that van and their little van with another cage, and we'll just plod along and get through the back end of all these patterns, get them all done, fill our floor up again, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm knackered. Here's what it is, but let's go. I've still got to edit that video for tonight, which is obviously Wednesday, which is the video that you would have seen last week, which I haven't done yet. But there's not much I can do about that. Hopefully I can get it done and get it out. But let's go. Smell you later. So it is Thursday, and yesterday obviously we had the lads come down and collect all the patterns for the pipes. So in total it was 2 trips. I thought they weren't going to come on the second trip, but said it was going to be here at 1. And then 1 came, then half 1 came, and he was like, nah, they don't fancy coming back. But they come back and they collected them, so in total, 4 transit vans, full of patterns, 5 big cages, and a pallet with shilling crap of patterns. So, easy 100,000, probably easy 150,000 worth of pattern equipment gone. So, that including everything on the back shelf, which I'll show you, because obviously we had some outside around the back under the shelters. We had some on the top of the toilet block and some in the loft. So yesterday all these shelves were completely full of patterns for all engine pipes. Some of the engines go back to 1980s and they obviously still do repairs on them. These were all full as well. Obviously we still got patterns everywhere, but that's alright. But they've all gone. Time for new beginnings and new chapters to start happening. And obviously you've got to start somewhere. So with all them gone, it is, for me, it is something I wanted to do. I think it'll be a better way. Because that's more space, more organisation, see what we've got. Ideally what I want to do is get all our bollards out. And go on about bollards. But in terms of making money and obviously as a business, they're pretty simple to make and we can turn them out pretty quick. But we do have a large variety. I think we're up to about 20 different types of bollards and newel posts in total of patterns that we've got, which is a lot. We've got like your Manchester bollards, we've got all varieties, different newel posts, some that go in the ground, some that just go to the ground. So we have got a large selection of bollards and newel posts, the same sort of thing, aren't they? Obviously available in cast iron and ductile iron, but a bollard is meant to break on impact, supposedly. So that's why they're cast iron, so they can break. Obviously bollards we see nowadays are all like steel tubes. As soon as you hit it, they fold in half, which doesn't slow an impact of the vehicle, where even though a cast iron one can be quite brittle, if it snaps on the top of it, the bottom bit, it can at least lodge a car up and stop a car. But you can do them in ductile. We actually done them in ductile a while back for, I think it was a jeweller's in Southport a couple of years ago, well, a long time ago before I started, and he got robbed and they rammed the wall and he didn't want them to do it again, so we made him some heavy duty ductile ones, and that completely stops people from ramming it. Obviously with a cast bollard they're going to be pretty thick, they're not like a box section, they're not tube, they're not flimsy. Even if you wanted to cut it, you can cut it, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot longer than cutting a steel tube. But David obviously picked the pattern equipment up. So we picked up, 1 minute, let me find it. So we had a box where Paul's actually moulding them now. So these hanger brackets, 4 in a box, and this lid. This is off the gearboxes, and it's the lid that goes on. So if that was 350 quid, you can just visualise how much them patterns were worth. And it's madness. But let's show you what that pattern looks like. Them hanger brackets, they're all for ships. We are getting them more machines as well for the customer. So once they're cast and ductile iron, they will be going to get machined. So here's the pattern. So we've gone for the compact one because it's quicker and it's easier. We've gone with 4 in a box, easy to move. It's all manhandleable then. Don't have to use the crane, don't have to use nothing else, so it's quicker and faster. Obviously, ram one box up, put that one on top, ram the other one up. Fast and efficient. Runner system's already in, so we're going to be running it into there and there. And that also is easier for when you're going to cut the runner off. You're cutting against a flat surface, interesting the flat surface, which is 10 times better, as you can see there. But yesterday I said we had some gates to come in that were urgent. So when David got back, he got in, because unfortunately I can't go in, can I? So, but then we got the phone call, pipes. So pipes came, we had about 10 pipes, no 9 it was, which obviously took about just over an hour. stay and wait, urgent as usual, because they've got to get back to get into the Galvies to get picked up for today. Yeah, so the gates got pushed back. He rang me, the customer, and I just said, listen, things happen. We tried to push it in quick for him, but I told him to come 9 o'clock this morning, so he come at 9 and he's picked them up. I didn't get a photo, but my stacker, because ours is electric, actually died in the yard because it wasn't on charge, and I couldn't open the gate, so I had to go and get the lad's stacker, push all the boxes out the way of the gate, and then push ours back in to get it on charge. But we also have more blastering, so we've got these that David's doing now. Obviously we've got the barrels, and then we've got like a load of truck parts. Don't know what they're off. So we've got like springs, there's an undershield, variety of different things, radius arms. I'm guessing they're probably going to be off a Jeep. So they're all in for blasting, and then they're all going to get powder coated again. Strip all the rust off, strip all the paint off, take it back to the bare metal, and it'll be as good as new. They're the barrels for the lads at Solo Cars. We've got to get them done and powder coated for them before Thursday, so Wednesday next week. But I'm waiting on, because they've got to get them two-toned with the powder now. So I'm waiting for the powder coaters to get back to us on them. But with it being a barrel, I've got to make sure it's doable. Last time we done the barrels, they were like the barrels with the lid, where these aren't. Don't know if I'm going to cut them, because I've got to clean the inside, they're full of oil. We've been out and bought a bit of good old fairy liquid, jet wash it, pour it in, jet wash them, and then pour it over the skips with the sand, so it'll soak in. But we'll see what happens with them. Hopefully we'll get them blasted. Obviously Steve's not in, David's in the blaster. David's off tomorrow, he's going to play golf, so they're not going to get blasted till Monday. It's where the cookie crumbles, isn't it? But it is what it is. And then I think Monday we'll probably cast as well, these SG, with our customers coming down from Scotland. He wants to come to, because he wants us to do all the machining of their castings now, and he wants to come down in the machine shop with me and speak to them about other jobs. So onwards and upwards, let's see what happens. We're just plodding along. Over and out. So it is Friday, the end of the week. I don't know where really to start. Not much going on. Only me and Paul in. So Paul has finished the rest of the moulding, which is all done for them jobs, and the furnace is now ready to be cast. Is loaded up to be cast Monday morning for the SG. Other than that, David's out playing golf. Steve's off. Steve is back in Monday, but obviously Steve has also got loads to do in the blasting. Well, not loads, he's got a fair bit. We've got the 5 barrels, which are all inside drying off. I've washed the insides out and they are all clean. We've got a nice wheel to do. We've got to blast that, take all that crappy paint off, and look at the way it's bubbled, lacquer and that. So that's got to be blasted. Got all the wagon parts, got a fucking dog that needs to be blasted. Yeah, so they're all done. I've got to get them barrels. We've got to go ahead because I had to get the powder coating readjusted because we're actually getting two-tone. So they are going to be green, white and green. So they'll be like stripy. So that'll be good. So they've he's given me a deadline for Thursday, so my deadline's Wednesday. Always go a step ahead. Told them I need them back Wednesday, so they're going to get blasted first thing on Monday morning as well, and we'll get them round to the powder coaters to get powder coated so they can be done for Solo. Other than that, there's not much really going on, so don't forget, help us, give us a like and a comment and a subscribe. I know you can't give us an order, because not everyone wants castings, but giving us that like and subscribing really does help. It has also got me thinking, am I best trying to do the social media? I know I'm doing it on this platform, but I'm best doing it on another platform. Put it in the comments what you reckon, because I want yous to be the priority. I want to show yous, I'm trying to show yous the ups and downs, and at the moment it is really a down because we've got to work. I've got pricing, and I am pricing jobs up and sorting other jobs out. Being a bit of a middleman, but still being a middleman where everything is made in this country. I will never buy anything overseas and get it imported. It's not what we want. I was actually speaking to a customer today, and I rang him up to see how he was, and the fellow we used to load up propellers for, and he gets this bronze propeller imported, machined, finished in bronze, only a small one, for £180. The machining alone would just cost that. So how can you compete in this day and age? It's a shame. I'm speaking to other people, and a lot of people are quiet as well, which isn't great. But yeah, so talking about social media, what do you reckon? Do you reckon I try and push it on another platform? Obviously, I just do this. I should push it, but I don't as enough as I should. But I do enjoy doing it. I like showing you what goes on. It's a shame there's not really much I can show you. But it is what it is, isn't it? So it's going to be an early finish, I think. 5 to 12. It's pointless just being here with the lights on, using electricity, because that electricity is through the roof. Yeah, that's really it, you know. Yeah, I am a bit stuck, I'm a bit lost. I am doing office things, but I don't like doing office things. Also, I can't do anything, can I? So, yeah, I think we need to try and push things and sell things and push more on our other socials, maybe socials that can get us a bit more visibility a lot quicker than what this can. And that's me being real. One thing I always try and be is real. I don't really beat around the bush. I'm honest, which is probably a bad thing in business, but I'm always honest to the customers and tell them straight as well. It's like some of the jobs where they're the middleman. The customer knows that we're getting the jobs made elsewhere, because I physically don't do that. And he understands, and he's grateful for it, because we're doing it. We're doing all the messing around, the office work. But at the end of the day in businesses, you also make more money. I ain't someone to stand bullshit, so yeah, I'm going to shut the doors. I'm going to go home. So have a nice weekend. Oh, you'll see this Wednesday. I'll have a nice weekend, as long as the Blues win. Up, painkillers up, but over and out.